Hi guys. So my name is Tasha Penwell, and I will be your instructor facilitator for this Google IT professional certification that you are starting. Um, just as a recap, we are starting June 1, and you'll have access to Coursera in the full platform. And we'll be using Google Hangouts for our communication tools. So what I'm getting ready to do is go over a document and turn that off. Okay. Go over a document, just explaining some stuff as like a welcome, and I'll be sending it in as well. But I like to do videos. I like to make videos for my classes because with the pandemic thing, crisis, even before then, I made videos for my students if they were not able to be there in person, or just something if they needed a refresher. And obviously, if the class is over, they may not have access to it. So it was just a great way to just try to reinforce and to communicate. And I'm going to continue to use that for our Google IT professional certification that we're going to be working on now. So videos. And now I talk a lot with my hands, just as an FYI. So I'm going to go ahead and close that down. So first we're going to talk with the welcome. Go ahead and hide that and close that so I don't see it. Okay, cool. So welcome and thank you for joining us. We are a consortium of Hocking College, Washington State Community College, based out of Marietta, and Belmont College. And we're collaborating with Google and Jobs for the Future to offer this amazing opportunity to earn your Google IT professional certification. Before we get started, I'd just like to introduce myself as your facilitator. As I said earlier, I'm your facilitator, instructor, whatever you want to call it, person to go to if you get stuck. We'll just call it that. And I'll be having Andrea Chatfield. She is a recent graduate from our web and app development program here at Hocking College, and she has truly been one of my superstar students. Everybody here loves her. She's got a great personality. She's got a great work ethic. She's super helpful, super sweet, and I have no doubt that she's going to excel in this as well. My phone beeped. My apologies. So, okay, as you know, the course is to be 100% online with Coursera, but Andrea and I will be here to help out with anything that you get stuck on. The beauty of being online is that the fact you have flexibility on schedule. The downfall of being online is like if you get stuck and you need that person to talk to or somebody to help you out, you don't always have that. So this way you have the best of both worlds. You get the online and the flexibility, and you have myself or Andrea to help out if you get stuck on anything. So the platform that we'll be using is Coursera, and I use it for some things that I do as professional development and as a lifelong learner. I really like it. So here is, my picture. I'm the computer science program manager at Hocking College. You can text me at that number, and you can also email me at that email address. Andrea, she goes by Andy Chatfield. She's a front-end web developer, and that's her email as well. So the structure of the course. Online courses have a great deal of flexibility, and that could be a benefit when you're managing everything else, in life, family, jobs, everything else that comes into your life. So to paraphrase a favorite quote, with great power comes great responsibility. I'm going to say with great flexibility comes great responsibility. In case you didn't know, that was a Spider-Man quote. But the reason for that, this quote, and just to reinforce, is with that flexibility, you need to actually have some structure. And I talk about how it can be easy to become too relaxed in the flexible schedule, which is why we've provided a recommended structure timeline for completion of the course. And I'll go over that table here shortly. So the approximate hours for completion and suggested weekly hours are based on Coursera's recommendation for the course. The start and completion dates for each course is based on our recommendation to help ensure successful completion of the program. So there's 5 courses built into this whole certificate program. The courses, you can see the titles of it. You can see the approximate hours of completion and the suggested weekly hours. Again, those are based off Coursera's recommendation. And for our structured timeline, we're providing a date start and a date completed. So you have, in theory, you have plenty of time. I know life happens, and sometimes it's hard to get back in that mindset of school and trying to, accommodate your schedule, create a schedule. So you have about 4 weeks for each one of these courses. And for the time that's needed to complete and the suggested weekly hours, that should be more than adequate enough. But because sometimes, life happens, things happen, we get sick, we have a sick kid, we go on vacation, it's coming up the summer months, if we're allowed to go anywhere, we provided enough room and enough time to be able to complete it without overly stressing yourself out. Let's see, the rewards. So to encourage completion of the course in the timeline given above, we've provided rewards for successful completion of each course to mark the milestone towards you successfully completing your certificate. So in here, here's another little chart, the course that you take within the certificate program, the expected completion date within the structure that we have, again, that kind of matches up here. And the reward. So there's not a reward for the first course, for the first milestone of technical support fundamentals. But you can see they have varying rewards for each one as you complete each course, for the date provided, by the date provided, or sooner. Now, if you are not able to keep these dates to meet the deadlines, that does not mean you failed the certificate program. That does not mean that you're kicked out. That doesn't mean any of that. You have until, I'm wanting to think, at the end of April to complete all of this before you lose access to the Coursera platform. So you have plenty of time to complete it. But however, we want you to do it sooner rather than later to keep the momentum going, to keep that inertia, I guess you can call it. Because that's going, the sooner you get it done, the sooner you're going to be able to find a job and, do everything that you're wanting to do. So if there's no sense in waiting for it to be completed in 11 months, if you can do it sooner. And these gift cards that we're going to be providing, I think they're going to be Amazon gift cards. We may change that. But anyways, it's going to be a gift card of some degree. It's going to help just motivate and incentivize, and just to keep you on track. Okay, the why. So as an educator, talking about myself, and an advocate for lifelong learning, I think it's important to understand our whys. Why are we continuing to learn and grow? Weren't we done with learning when we graduated high school and college, etc.? No, we were not. We need to adopt the mindset of being a lifelong learner, especially if you're going to be learning and working in the field of IT or computer science. Lifelong learning is key. Your current and future employers want to know that you're investing in yourself to learn new skills in a field that is constantly changing, and I mean constant changing. And they will reward you for making that investment and having that type of mindset of lifelong learning. So, take a few minutes. I want you to take a few minutes and write down your why. So, my method of teaching is to share my experiences and let my students know that I practice what I preach or teach, depending on the scenario, in the classroom. So let me share with you what I have for my whys when I start the path of learning a new skill. And I'm trying to always learn something new. So some of my reasons as to the why, provide for my family. I was a single mom for many years. I'm not anymore, but for many years I was a single mom, and I needed to have an adequate income to provide for my son. Improve my job opportunities. That's kind of one of the reasons we're taking this certificate, is because we want to be able to improve our job opportunities. Higher salary, increased opportunities for flexibility of schedule. I like to travel. And this whole stay-at-home order has been really hard for me. But I like to travel, and I like to have flexibility in my schedule of being able to work, remotely. Computer science and IT are great fields to offer opportunities to work remotely, but you got to get the skills. So that's one of the reasons I'm always constantly learning, is because I want the increased flexibility in my life to be able to travel, spend time with my son, spend some time with my husband, things of that nature. And I just think learning is fun. But the key is to find something you really enjoy learning about. I tell my students you're going to find things that you love, things that you like, and the things that you hate with a passion. And that's okay. But you just got to be curious with it and explore and see what, there is out there. So the resources that we're going to be using will include the following. We're going to be using Google Hangouts for communication with the instructor or Andrea, the teacher's assistant. And I've sent some of you, I tried to send some of you invites to a Google Hangouts group chat thing, whatever you want to call it. And some it went through fine and some it did not. I have a feeling it's related to an email. It's hard to tell. So there's this link. This is if you did not receive the invite for the Google Hangouts, use this link. Okay. And again, I'll be sending this document out so you have the actual link. Use this link and join the Google Hangouts. If this does not work, please let me know. So we'll be emailing also as needed. We prefer the Google Hangouts because, to be 100% honest, emails they don't get lost, but they get bogged down and sometimes they get overlooked. But there is an email to reach both Andrea and myself. And the Coursera is going to be the platform for the instruction and the access to labs. So what's next? So we are on schedule to launch the course on June 1, and I'm super excited about it. So as part of this grant-funded opportunity, we're asking you to complete this survey, and here's the link for that, prior to that date. So you'll be receiving an invite from Coursera to join a classroom on Monday, June 1. So be sure to keep your eye on the emails and check your spam folder. Once you receive the email, you're free to begin. You don't need to wait for an okay from me. You don't need to try and get something here real quick. Sorry. You don't need to wait for an okay. You don't need to do any of that. You can just begin. And if you have questions, if you get stuck, just let me know. And I'll be happy to help. Myself or Andrea, we'll be happy to help. We'll be having some regular office hours, so to speak. We haven't got that scheduled yet, but we'll communicate that once we do have that on schedule. So again, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. And I'm super excited to have you guys join us. And, it's just going to be a lot of fun. Learning is fun. I strongly believe that. I truly believe that. And hopefully you guys will too. So everybody have a fabulous day. Thank you.